Okay, if everything has gone according to plan, we should be live on YouTube. Hello and welcome to our annual big deal, prime, whatever Amazon even call it. I honestly have no idea what it's even called anymore, but we're doing it. It's a special one because we actually missed out for the first time in forever on the actual Prime Day live stream this year, because that was around the time when I was away in Poland for like a month. But now I'm back, and I'm actually really excited to do this because we haven't done one of these in quite a while. So I have an absolutely ginormous cup of coffee here ready. So let's get to work and let's build a PC, shall we? Now, if you are new to the channel, then the rules for this are very, very simple. We try to build a PC using only parts that are on sale as part of Prime Day or whatever Amazon's calling it now. It is usually, there's usually some kind of set budget or some kind of theme we have to stick to. So I want to know kind of from you, like, what should the budget be this time around? Exactly how much we should be able to spend on this PC, and then we usually work out things from there. I'm thinking we usually set the budget somewhere between like $15 to $2,000. I want to try to go like a bit less than that and see what we can do for like, I don't know, $1,300. Alternatively, another idea I had was to maybe sneak in some other things, like for example, say it's for streaming, you want to have a good webcam in the price as well. I don't know, we'll figure it out, but I think $1,300 is like a good starting point for us here. Anyway, let's just go straight into our Amazon right here, and we can start looking at what kind of deals we have. So there we go. Usually the first thing we need to find out is, of course, what kind of platform we're going to be going with. Are we going Intel or AMD, and also, of course, what motherboard. So let's start off with that first. And again, if you have ideas for specific budget, any other kind of requirements, we're going to have this down around, let them know in live chat. Also, if there's anything else you really want to say, then of course super chats are an option as well, and they help out the channel a lot. And of course, since it is big deal days, if you're planning on buying literally anything on Amazon, make sure to use our Amazon links, which are going to be down in the video description below, because if you buy literally anything, it can be anything on Amazon, as long as you get there via our links, it does count. So that's why I always tell people, like, do not buy anything if you don't use those links, because anything, like even like these like family onesie kits, these like protein shakes or whatever, these batteries, is this like laundry detergent, like all of that actually works. So anyway, let's start off with our CPU. I think $1,300 would be a decent budget for us to aim at. So let's just go CPU. Let's just start with that. And where's the little thingy that is like, yeah, only stuff on discount? We don't want a mini PC, obviously. We want something that's a bit more powerful than that. We do have on sale a 5900X. That's a pretty good CPU, but way too... Ooh. You can get a 7700X as well. That's even more expensive. 5700X 3D, only $188. That, I think, could be our starting point here. We also have an even cheaper 5600X for $112. Man, I don't know who would go for this, when for just $70 more you can get the 5700X 3D, and because of the whole 3D cache, like the gaming performance is pretty sweet. Again, it only really matters at 1080p. If you're gaming at, say, like 4K or whatever, it really doesn't matter. But because we are building at $1,300, odds are the person buying this PC would not be at 4K. 1440p would be a stretch. So for 1080p gaming, pretty good choice. But I'm not sure how the rest of our budget would then appear. Also, just notice it doesn't have the Prime Big Deal label, so I don't think it technically counts. It needs to have the big deal thingy. Oh man. In that case, what should we go for here, guys? I'm still not sure if we're even going AMD or Intel. You can get something like a 2700 KF, but you know, like, it's 2 gens old now. It's a dead-end platform. I'd rather go Ryzen just because then you can upgrade a CPU down the line, and like you have say more options when it comes to you know, future upgrades. Granted, it also means you have to upgrade to DDR5 memory, but again, for future proofing, sticking with DDR5, buying it now, I think that's a better option. Okay, let's just go for the 5600X for now. And $1,300, that still leaves us with quite a big budget for a graphics card. I don't know. I want to say, okay, guys, let me know in chat. Does this count? If it does count, it doesn't have the little thingy that says Prime Big Deal, but that is a fantastic price for a 5700X. Really, it would be perfect for our budget, I think. But does it count if it doesn't have the label, but it's on this page? I don't know. Let's just go with motherboard. If we decided we're going, AMD, let's go with motherboard first, and then we can come back to that. And ooh, okay, we need something a bit cheaper now. Oh, first off, filter by deals. There we go. $175 for a good Asus tough board. B650. It'll be more than enough, honestly. Like, I don't see anything else here that could even... We do have a MSI Pro B650P. I need to double check exactly how those two compare, because surprise surprise, even though I make so many videos on motherboards, I don't actually remember the exact specs of every single one at all times. I know, sue me. B550, that's AM4. B550, AM4. I specifically said AM5. Why is it giving me just AM4? Or is it just like all of the deals they have? Okay, let's compare these two and see which one would be a better overall package. Usually the thing I go straight to is the rear I/O, because that is usually one of the few things that really differentiates motherboards nowadays. Most motherboards are the same. Most motherboards do what you want. It's the rear I/O that affects the usability of it the most to the average user, to the average Joe, which is kind of why I'm checking that first. And you do have quite a good I/O here. You do have, I would have probably asked for a couple more USB Type A ports, but 6 is still okay. 2 USB-C. Like 5 audio jacks, no optical splitters, but again, who cares? Only Wi-Fi 6, again, who cares? HDMI display-port for, okay. And that is 175. Alternatively, we can get this one for 142. You get more USB Type A, but only 1 USB Type C. And like, looks-wise, I honestly prefer the look of the MSI one. Which one should we go for, guys? And which one would you personally go for? Would you want more USB Type A or more USB Type C? Another thing to note is that none of the USB ports here are even Gen 2 from the looks of it. They're all Gen 3 or faster. That is pretty great. Again, most average people do not need all USB ports to be USB like Gen 3 or Gen 4, because most of the things you use USB ports is just for the basic connection, right? Just so it's connected to your PC, your mouse, your keyboard, your Stream Deck, all the kind of stuff that doesn't require a fast connection. And honestly, you know, it'd be great if they just could like stick right there above this one USB Type A port here. Just stick 2 more, just plain old Gen 2 ones. They can even be Gen 1 ones for all I care. Just so you have one for your mouse, one for your keyboard, and you still have all of these other spare for the other accessories. You also have only 2 M.2 ports from what I see. Unless I'm blind, I think we only have 2 M.2 slots. One over there, like above, like just below the socket, and one down there. That's a bit more annoying. Granted, you have 6 SATA connectors, that's fine. How many do you have on this other one? That's the question now. You have, I'd imagine there'd be one there in the middle, but there isn't. That's interesting. So you also only have 2 M.2 slots. Oh, no, I'm just blind. I'm just absolutely blind. It's right there below the socket as usual. So you have 3 M.2 here, but M.2 here. But this one's cheaper and has more USB Type A. I don't know. Which, guys, again, let me know in the live chat which one between these two you'd go for. Budget-wise, it doesn't matter that much yet because we haven't done anything else, right? We haven't, like, picked out a graphics card. We haven't done anything else. Actually, I know we haven't picked out anything, but that could be another way of handling this. Let's go with the graphics card first. Let's what kind of insane deal we can get on a good graphics card and then build everything else around that so it fits our budget. How does that sound? So let's just go graphics card. There we go. What do we have here? Okay. Maybe not the 4070 Ti. That's way too big of a chunk of our budget. You can get the 7900 XTX for just a tad more than the 4070 Ti. And we haven't done an AMD based build in quite a while, GPU wise. That's still a bit too much, and get the 4060 for $460. Okay, with $1,300 we have quite a bit to play with, right? So let's round up our CPU and motherboard to around what? $400? And then we do a graphics card for, say, for $700. That still leaves us with $200 left for memory and case and storage. Okay, yeah, that's getting a bit too close. So we need to scale back on our graphics card a bit. I'm tempted to, maybe if we go to 1700 XT, it could kind of work. But for now, let's go for something a bit cheaper. Like, say, the 4060 Ti. And then we can try and build everything around that. You can go for an Arc A770 if you really wanted to. Okay, 3050. Really? There's still RX 580s in store on Amazon? Who's buying these? And who else is Soyo? That's why they're still on Amazon, because no one's buying these. But it gets even better. You can be the proud owner of a GT 610 2 gig for just $26.63. Christmas has come early. You can also get this, a high-end solo graphics card. I'm sorry, there's literally nothing high-end about a GT 730. Why are there so many GT 610s? Why? Genuinely, actually, why? It's getting way too warm in here. Let me open a window. I had to close it earlier because my neighbors decided that this is the perfect time to start cutting trees or something, and they're making a bunch of noise. You can still probably hear it a bit, but I'm boiling to death here, so I need to open it. Anyway, so yeah, guys, what should we go for here? I'm tempted to maybe go with the 4060 Ti for now, and then we can kind of work around that. At the same time, I just noticed it is the Pro Art version. Those are, I want to say, a bit more expensive. I think Asus charge a bit of a premium on those, so I feel like you could be overpaying for a 4060 Ti. I don't have no idea how much 4060 Ti's go for now, but I think you could be overpaying. Then there's of course this one, the 1700 XT. That's a bit more expensive. It's also white, so it wouldn't match the rest of the build. Another part is we also want builds that actually look good, you know. And with $1,300, that's a good enough budget where you can actually make your build look good. I'd say let's go for the 7800 XT for now. And then we can just work around that. How does that sound? Does that sound good? Okay, so let's just quickly go over to this beautiful spreadsheet I have set up. So that is going to be this. And how much did it cost again? $455.99. So it's going to go $460. Okay. And now we can pretty much do our entire rest of the build just around this, while we're still trying to figure out what exactly CPU and motherboard we're going with. Again, it's up to you guys. leave all your suggestions in the live chat based on kind of what we saw there. Anyway, let's go back to our Amazon page right here, and let's again work backwards. Let's go with DDR5 RAM, and we can see what we can find here. Again, only prime big deal stuff. What do we have? What do you have for me, Bezos? You can get Corsair Vengeance, which is what I have, 32 gigs for just $100. I want to aim for 32 gigs because I don't think 16 gigs is enough in 2024. So 32, definitely the bare minimum. And besides, you actually have a hard time finding kits that are below that for DDR5. We can, I think this is going to be as good as it gets. Actually, no, we can save $10 by going with this. But that's going to be a tad slower. I don't want to go below 6,000 megahertz. Oh, they're making so much noise again. Out of all the times you could be cutting trees, neighbors, you had to do it when I swear they did it on purpose. They had to do it exactly when I went live. Okay, yeah, I think this is just settles it. Wait, what's the difference between this and the other stuff? 6,000 CL36. 6,000 CL30. Okay, so you get slightly lower latencies for like $2 more. So who would go for that? There's also this stuff here from Lexar. Bonus points as RGB. It's also 6,000 mega transfers. And it's only CL30. What did I say the other ones were? CL36. What? No, CL30. Okay. So that's, I think, the best deal. You're saving $5, which sure is enough. But you're getting RGB. Like, am I crazy, or is this just the best deal? And I'm not seeing anything. Kingston Fury 32, that's slower though. Is this? Yeah, that's $100. Okay, we're definitely not buying Dominator RAM. No, sorry. There's this stuff here, but that is, oh, that's DDR4. Never mind. Why is it giving me DDR4 when oh, because it's sponsored. That's why. Duh. Okay, where is it? Lexar, yeah, CL30, blah, 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 blah. And that's gonna be $95, give or take. I know this is like the most backwards we've ever done a build. We usually go CPU first, motherboard first. I just realized I'm sitting right at the edge of my camera. And then, we kind of go with everything else. But, now, we can kind of go, yeah, basically the other way. So I think we should go storage next. I don't know, what do you guys think in chat? Someone said make my videos longer. They're pretty much, go away phone. They're pretty much as long as they need to be. I mean, my videos being kind of on the shorter side is one of the things that actually get complimented about the most. People like the fact that I don't beat around the bush. I get straight to the point. There's none of that fluff. In a lot of other videos that a lot of other tech YouTubers do. But at the same time, if I made my videos longer, I will have no idea what I even put in them. It would just be fluff. It would just be making them longer for the sake of being longer. And that would just tank the retention rate, you know? Like, there's nothing I leave out of my videos. There's nothing I want to say that I don't say for the sake of time. So yeah, there's like nothing I could make my videos longer with other than just me looking at a camera like this for like a couple more minutes. Just my video hit like the 10-minute mark. You know, I mean, some videos of mine recently were down to like 2 minutes or something like that. Like, and they're just on topics that, again, there's just nothing else to say. Like, what would I even say if I made my videos longer? Anyway, let's go back and finally decide on what CPU we're getting. For the people joining us, we had a bit of a dilemma here. I say we. It was just me having a dilemma with myself about this right here. There is currently a pretty good deal. You can get a 5700 X3D, pretty fantastic gaming performance at 1080p for $188. However, it doesn't have that Prime Big Deal sticker, which would technically be breaking the rules of the game. So, I don't know. Also, wait, going back to the previous conversation, I just realized something. If you like longer videos from me, Weekends with a Runner, every Saturday. Like, these are almost an hour long or longer episodes. We have guests, we have other people, so it's not just me talking to myself at a camera. Like, yeah, if you want more in-depth stuff and more like organic conversation, just watch Weekends with Runner. Live every Saturday. I say live. This week's episode is going to be pre-recorded because I'll be away, and actually the next one's going to be pre-recorded as well, but still you get my point. Okay, so back to the topic at hand. I think to follow the rules, we are going to have to go for something a bit different, like the 5600X here for $112. That is a bit underpowered, I'd say, for $1,300, but whatever. And there's like just nothing really. I'm definitely not going for 15900X, especially for the GPU we are pairing up with it. So I think, as much as I do not like it, we are gonna have to go for the 5600X. Stop me now, people at home, if you think this is an awful idea for the build, for the budget. But I think we're gonna have to go with that because I can't really see anything else here that would work well. That is on sale. That's $112, correct? Correct, yeah. Okay, so now that we know we have $667 left, we can get a bit more flexible. So now let's go motherboard. AM5 motherboard to be specific. There are two choices here for people just tuning in, where the Asus TUF Gaming B650 Plus or the, where was it? The MSI Pro B650P Wi-Fi. They both have the pros and cons. The MSI one has more USB Type A, but it only has one USB Type C. The other one has two USB Type C. This one also has two M.2 storage slots, while this one has 3, and this one is $175. So it's not a lot more expensive, but there is some key kind of differences. So I want to know, guys, which one would you personally go for between those two? Would you go for the one with more USB Type C, more M.2 storage, or the slightly cheaper one with more USB Type A and less M.2 storage? And it's also a bit cheaper, which means we could potentially get a slightly better graphics card. Honestly, even forgetting the rear I/O situation, given how big games get nowadays, getting this one right here with more M.2 storage could be the better option, just so you can store all of them. You know, SSDs are fine, like stated SSDs are fine, but you know, they're not the fastest thing in the world. If you want those really snappy speeds, then M.2 SSDs definitely do make a difference. And I know a lot of you will be saying right now, well, why not just go for a larger drive instead of getting more smaller ones? Or because it's just more economical for a lot of people. Someone may not be able to, get a 4 terabyte SSD right at the bat. They may get 2 terabytes now, fill them up over a couple of years, and then get the second 2 terabyte one later down the line when they actually need it. So that is why having more M.2 slots matters, because it gives you that opportunity to be a more flexible with when you buy your storage. It's like 50. Wait, did I get my CPUs mixed up? I thought we'd go with the 7600X. Oh no, we have the 5600X. Oh my, I'm dumb. I am so sorry. I've completely forgot we switched back down to AM4 because we went with the other. Oh wow. Sorry guys. Okay, basically the whole conversation does not matter because we're on AM4. Well, there's another reason why I don't want to pick that CPU and I'm basically choosing it against my will. I wouldn't want to build a PC on a dead-end platform. Okay, we're going back to a drawing board. We're going back to a drawing board. I want AM5, definitely. Are there even any deals on AM5 CPUs? There's the 7700X, and that's it. So, Oh, and that's 200 and how much? $44. That's a lot. I think we may have to stick with AM4, which also means you have to find different memory, because that's DDR4. I can. There we go. I can open my windows up again. Oh, this is getting complicated. Why does everything have to be so difficult? Why? Oh, why are you making this so hard on me, Bezos? Yes, I'm blaming you personally. What should we do here then, guys? Like, should we stick with AM? Would you care if you're buying a PC right now on a $1,300 budget? Would you care if you wouldn't get AM5? Because I personally have no idea anymore what to do. We can try to build around the 7700X. See how much of a budget we have left then. If things are really tight, we might then downgrade to the AM4. But then I'd very much rather downgrade the CPU than the... yeah, definitely downgrade the CPU rather than downgrade the graphics card. I would. More years to upgrade. Yeah. Okay. Let's change the plans. We're going with the 7700X, even if we are spending $244 on it, which I really don't want to do. No, go away. $244. There we go. And we will build AM5 around that. That way we also have to switch out our RAM, which we already bought out. So let's go back to here. And let's choose the motherboard then. People are saying more M.2 between the two. Yeah, I kind of agree. I don't think I'd ever even need two USB Type-C ports at once. I would prefer to have more USB Type-A ports. I don't even think on this motherboard I'd be able to connect everything up. Actually, let's do a quick exercise. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 USB Type-A ports, okay? Would I be able to connect everything up to that? Mouse, keyboard, Stream Deck, interface, cam link, that's already 6. Do I have any other? I have an external hard drive, that's already 7. I don't think I have any other USB Type-A devices that are like permanently plugged in. And I know that the external hard drive is kind of like a fringe case. Not many people have those like permanently plugged into the back of the PCs. Do I have anything else there? And again, cam link, not everyone has that. Okay, sure, whatever. Let's just go with this. We are spending way too much here, but whatever. We'll cry about it later. There we go, and our motherboard will cost us $176. There we go. So we are already on 975. So with $1,300 budget, we have $325 left for storage, PSU case. I think we should be able to do that. I think we've actually spec'd this pretty well so far. The total should be pretty close to that. So let's just go with NVMe SSD next and see what we can find here. There's usually a lot of good deals on SSDs on Amazon on these kind of Prime days, and like Prime Day but called something different. Here's the other question: why are they even doing another Prime Day so close to Black Friday? Well, I say so close, it's like a month away. It's November, and let's just not think about November so far. Let's just think about October. You know, October is such a great month. Well, okay, I like it because autumn and nice, and it's all like cozy, and like the weather's nice. And by the weather is nice, I mean it's rainy. I really like rain and bad weather. Call me weird. However, I also don't like October because it's my birthday month and existential dread and all of that. Anyway, $51 here for a Crucial P3. That's Gen 3 though. Let's go for Gen 4 if we can get a good deal on that. Yeah, you can get Gen 4 for just $60 more. 1 terabyte, good enough as our primary storage. I'll definitely want another drive as well though, because there's no way you are surviving on just one terabyte drive. I'm sorry. We can go for a cheaper one. Be quiet, there's a kid screaming inside my house now. We can go for something like the P3 1TB Gen 3. That is only $51. That could be your main boot drive. That could be your Windows drive. So that could be your Windows install, all your other kind of key apps, Office, Adobe stuff like that doesn't can be installed there in bulk, doesn't require that kind of speeds. And then we can have the second 1TB drive for $60, and yeah, that's where all your games will go. You know, all of your 2 copies of Call of Duty. See, if we went with the other MSI board, following this logic, we would be out of M.2 slots already. So, you have a cooler in mind? Not yet. Not yet. Oh, actually, I just realized I forgot to put a cooler column in the spreadsheet. So, give me a second. Gonna quickly remedy that. CPU cooler. There we go. I'm gonna do that in a second. Let's just stick with storage for now. So yeah, do you guys like my plan? One main 1TB SSD drive where all of your random stuff will go, and then another 1TB SSD drive, but it's gonna be, I say SSD drive, the D-Ray stands for drive. 1TB SSD for all your games and stuff, but that's Gen 4. Alternatively, we can go for something like a SATA SSD for storage, but I'm pretty sure we're at a point where the price parity is pretty much the same. Yeah. We reached a point where SATA SSDs are just not economical, and you pretty much only go for them when you have no PCIe slots left or no PCIe lanes for your on your motherboard. Because you can get a 1TB drive on a BX500, which is like a, you know, pretty good standard of SATA drives for what? $6 less than a several magnitudes faster Gen 4 drive. Saying $99 Western Digital 2TB. Did I miss that? Let me just quickly check. NVMe SSD. Primary deal. Where is it? It's saying the 2TB $99 WD drive. There's this one. That's, oh, here it is. 2 terabytes for $99. That's cheaper than the other 2 combined. That gives you plenty of space for your system, for your apps and your games. Even though if I'm not personally a fan of having my boot drive and my games on the same drive, whatever. I'm not gonna get annoyed at that. Yeah, that will totally work. Okay, if anyone spots anything else, let me know, or forever hold your peace, or how they say it at weddings. There's this one from Fang Jiang, that's also 2 terabytes Gen 4. It's a bit cheaper, but I'm sorry, I'm not trusting Fang Jiang, whoever they are, with all of my files. If it was a lot cheaper, and if it was just for games, I could imagine buying it just for game storage. But for your boot drive, where all of your files are, if you put literally everything on your PC on a single drive, I would not trust brands I literally never heard of before. If you really wanted to, you know, have a separate boot drive, you can go for something like this, an Acer Predator, 512 gigabytes. It's Gen 4, you have no need for Gen 4 on your boot drive, but like still, it's $45, that'd be pretty good. But yeah, I agree with Misada in the live chat. I think this is the best option here. So that is going to be, there we go, storage 1, $100, and we don't need storage 2, because it's a 2 terabyte drive, and if you need any more storage later, then just, yeah, you can buy it whenever you need it. Okay, CPU cooler time. What do you have here for us, Bezos? We are going with a 7700X, which is, they are still 65 watts, if I remember correctly. Oh, no, actually, the 1700, that could be the part of the generation where the TDP actually went up. Let me quickly, yeah, TDP went up, it's 105 watts for the CPU we're going for. So we want something a bit better than a Cooler Master Hyper 212 for $13. To be quite, Dark Rock Pro 5 here is a pretty sweet price, $72. Can also go AIO. That means we also don't have to buy additional case fans. At the same time, if we go with this, we also be kind of we'd pretty much have to buy all of the fans from Cooler Master so you all fit. Again, at $1,300, it is the kind of price point where I want this BC to actually look good. I'd want all of the fans on the case to be from the same company. You know what I mean? Like, it's the kind of price where you don't have to compromise that much. So, let me actually move the camera a bit so you can see me better. There we go. So yeah, guys, AIO or regular old boring but reliable CPU cooler. If so, then this will probably be a pretty good choice from Be Quiet here. I'm not just saying that because they're like one of the biggest partners we have and send us a lot of stuff for review. You can also get something like this machine from id Cooling with like what, double heatsink, double fan for just $56. That's just one of those like too good to be true things. id Cooling is also one of those companies that, yeah, they're not one of the big names, but they've also been around for long enough where clearly they have to be doing something right. Like, I even spoke to them recently at Computex and stuff. They had a pretty big stand, so again, they have to be doing something right if they've been in business for so long. How about, I am tempted to go to AIO, but only if we can then go and see what the pricing will be like for additional Cooler Master fans. It also, of course, depends on the case we go for, how many fans are supported by it, how many fans can actually go in it, if it even supports a 360mm AIO, which most cases will nowadays. So let's go case first. PC case. There we go. It's insane how many cases just look the same now, just kind of fish tank style, that kind of height kicked off there. Obviously there have been like ones like that before height, but still you get what I mean. If we could get one from Cooler Master, so it comes with Cooler Master fans, that'd be great, but we only have stuff like this, a micro ATX thing, yeah, no thanks. Anything that you guys fancy that you see here as I'm scrolling down, do let me know. Quite a few really good looking options. Obviously you want to go for something probably in black that matches the rest of the build a bit further. You can get a thermal take tower for just $120. Ooh. Didn't know that. Yeah, case-wise, just go for something cheap that has enough fan. Obviously, an ideal case for me would have an optical drive bay, but I know I'm weird. I'm not the only person who cares about that anymore. But yeah, I just really wanted to see if there's a Cooler Master one that isn't this. Unfortunately, I don't think there are. Let's just go to save budget. Thermal take is, I think, pretty sure it's thermal take because it has thermal take fans. View 270 plus, and then go for the Be Quiet cooler. You have 2 intake, 1 outtake. You have that's gonna be more than enough to get you started. You can get additional thermal take fans later. It looks nice. It's $65. I don't think we're going to get a better deal than that anywhere here. There is this one, the MSI Mag Forge, costs just a couple of dollars more. It has more fans, which is going to be better for a graphics card. Especially because of the way... actually, no. Okay, yeah, this fan config would probably be a bit worse for a graphics card. So you have more fans that have better access to cooling GPU. You wouldn't be able to get the AIO with it because it only supports up to a 240mm AI radiator. It really comes down to which one you kind of prefer the look of, guys. These are a bit too expensive. This, yeah, we're not going with Corsair. They're just a couple of dollars apart. I definitely prefer the look of this one from Thermal Take. However, this one just doesn't look too bad either. And then you just go for a good Be Quiet cooler, and you're off to the races. So case MSI Magforge 1212R, it costs us $66, and our budget is getting very, very close to complete. So we can now go back and select our CPU cooler. We're going with the Be Quiet one in the end. There it is. I would say, honestly, it's maybe even a bit too overkill. But again, if we're just sticking to stuff that is here, I think it's fine. And anyway, like, I don't see anything else here that would really work well. I mean, oh, it cooling, frost flow, 240 mil. Like I said, you can fit up to a 240 mil in there. Like I said, it cooling have to be doing something right if they've been in business for so long. Would you guys trust it cooling with an AIO? That's the question that needs to be answered here, guys. Let me know in the live chat. Let me know in super chat if you want the whole world to hear and to help support the channel at the same time. And by the way, again, if you're watching this, if you're buying anything today or any other day on Amazon, use Amazon links. You can buy literally anything. You can buy a CPU cooler or you can buy dog food. It doesn't matter. If you use our links, then we get some of the money back. It goes straight back into the channel. I know my lips are really dry from all of this talking. So I am tempted to go to ed cooling. And I know I also said I want all the fans to look the same. Unless there's a thermal take one somewhere here. If there's a thermal take IO, that'd be pretty sweet. But I don't see one. So I think Be Quiet it is. There's also this Thermalright Peerless Assassin 120SC that also looks pretty decent for our CPU, but it doesn't look as nice. And again, I trust Be Quiet a bit more with Thermalright when it comes to actual efficiency of the product. So, okay, so we are spending a bit too much on the CPU cooler than I would have wanted, but whatever, we're still under budget, so it is fine. Final thing, PSU. We have, how much did I say we have to work with here? About $90, to be specific. So we need a good CPU, a good PSU for $87. We have this one from Cooler Master here, 850 watt, more than enough. It's rated gold. Cooler Master would be my go-to when it comes to PSUs, but also, again, they're not a nobody. I wouldn't want to go below 850. There's one from Thermal Take here. Again, not a go-to when it comes to PSUs, but it's $750. It's $80. I have no idea who's Samata, and I wouldn't trust a $64 850 watt PSU. Okay, I'm definitely not getting a $306 one from EVGA. So our options are very limited, but we can definitely still do it in our budget if we just go for Thermal Take or Cooler Master. Which ones would you guys trust more not to blow up your system? Cast your votes now. Oh, we can, I forget, you can do like a little poll in the thingy now, correct? Yes, okay, I can do a poll here. Which PSU will not blow your PC to bits? Cooler Master or Thermal Take? There we go. There should be a poll right now in the live chat. Check it out. Which PSU we're going to go for here. Which one would you trust more between Thermal Take and Cooler Master? Granted, another thing to keep in mind is the Thermal Take one is 750 watt. The Cooler Master one is 850 watt. You really don't need those 100 watts more for the PC we're building here, but it would be nice. So yeah, would that kind of change your point of view for this? Would you want those 100 watts more just for some future upgrade plans for the exact same price? Because again, these are the exact same price pretty much, just a couple of cents difference. Welcome everyone just joining. Wow, we have a lot of people watching now. Hello, welcome to Avrona's corner of just browsing Amazon for a couple of hours. Someone just asked, how can you pick up the right RAM? Well, check if your motherboard uses DDR4 or DDR5. If you're on AM5 socket, then it's DDR5. If you're on Intel, it depends on your motherboard. Some motherboards go DDR4, DDR5, and then if you're on DDR4, actually even if you're on DDR4, 16 gigs. If you're on DDR5, 32 gigs minimum. There we go. Someone also suggested get faster speed your mobile supports with lower latency. Yep, definitely as well. This generation for DDR5, 6,000 megahertz, it would be the bare minimum I would go for. You can go for more, like 8,000 megahertz, megatransfers, whatever, 8200, sorry. I've seen a lot of motherboards support that. Don't worry too much about what the maximum says on your motherboard. You can usually take it a bit further. Don't be surprised if it doesn't work. You can always, like, you know, return it if it's too fast, if it doesn't work, or scale down the overclock on the memory. But yeah, just look on the manufacturer's website what it supports. It should give you a good indicator of what it's rated for, but you can sometimes, or usually go above that as well. Would 16 gigs be enough? Nowadays, that is the bare minimum. I'd go for 32 if you can. For moderate gaming, yeah. 16 is the bare minimum. If you can go 32, go 32. It would make your life so much easier if you can go 32. I really need to upgrade my memory soon as well. I need to upgrade from 64 gigabytes. I need to actually go to 128 because my PC sometimes crashes, or like not crashes outright, but I have stuff break and shut down, and you know, Chrome or Resolve stop working because I've just run out of memory. So I definitely need to upgrade. I'm just looking for a company who will be willing to send that my way. Okay, did the poll finish? Thermaltake are in the win, 60% to 40%. So I think the people have spoken, and we will go with the Thermaltake. JK, I hate democracy. We're going to Cooler Master because I said so. Nah, okay, just kidding. Let's go with the Thermaltake. Where is it? There it is. You are getting 100 watts less, but again, it doesn't matter. You are getting a 16-pin connector here. Actually, that's a good question. You get a 16-pin here as well? You do. But it doesn't matter because we're going AMD graphics card anyway. So yeah, while everyone is in the live chat, if you want to help us, go to CES so you can check out all of the new stuff that will be coming out soon. Again, leave a super chat, use the Amazon links, do all the stuff. Is that enough begging yet? Is that enough begging for your liking so far in this live stream? How much did they say? $80. Look at, aren't we good? For a budget of $1,300, we ended up with $1,293. That leaves you with $7 for... What can you even do with $7 nowadays? Can you even get a meal at McDonald's for $7? I have no idea how much McDonald's costs. I haven't been to a McDonald's in forever. So I have, especially in US dollars in America, I have no idea how much McDonald's costs there. Look out for Corsair. Yeah, unfortunately, I haven't seen too many good deals from Corsair PSU wise. You can get the RM850X for $100 for a Corsair PSU. That's pretty good. They make really good PSUs. However, that's above our budget slightly. And there's probably other good Corsair PSUs, but again, the rule in this game is you can only go for stuff that is currently on sale as part of Prime Day or Prime Big Deals Day, which I still think is an absolutely dumb name, Bezos. Okay. I think it's pretty much as good of a PSU as we're going to get. I'm definitely not saving a buck by going with a Red Dragon or a Sama or a Supera PSU. What a name, Super. Yeah, we're making PSUs, and they're not just super, they are superer. That is the pitch. I swear, word for word, that is the pitch that they presented when they presented the name to the company. When they presented the name of the company to, like, I don't know, investors or whatever. So, let's recap. Is there anything here you guys would change, or anything you would add for those $7? The case, the fans field is empty because the case already comes with 4 fans. We don't need any more than that. $7 thermal paste. That's actually a good idea. A lot of coolers now come with with paste. So, view cooler. Let's go and check if the one we chose actually comes with paste. If it does, be quiet, do make some pretty good paste. I've tasted it. Tested it? That's what I meant to say. Don't taste thermal paste. Where is the one I've chosen? There it is. Yeah, it comes with thermal grease. So we don't need to buy any more thermal paste. So that's fine. It also has like decent fan clearance, so yeah, it's gonna be fine. Is it future proof? Yes. We had a very big conversation at the start of this video about live stream about future proofing this build by going AM5. I paid a bit more than I wanted to for the CPU because I wanted to go with the brand new AM5 socket from AMD and brand new DDR5 memory, so you can just upgrade your CPU later down the line without having to replace everything else. You can also probably get away with a couple of GPU upgrades, not massive, but you can still probably get away with a GPU upgrade without having to upgrade the PSU either. It's 750 watts. And again, if you're really kind of paranoid about your graphics card not getting enough juice, then you switch over to that Cooler Master 850 watt we got instead. Those 100 watts, depending on the graphics card, could definitely make a difference. They definitely wouldn't make a difference with whatever we're using here again, a 7800 XT. So yeah, I'm very, very happy of this PC. I still remember back in the day, we had tried to do these live streams during the big GPU shortage. You guys remember that? I can't remember what we settled on there, but it was awful. It was actually absolutely awful when we did that stream during the big GPU shortages. Do you remember those days? Do you remember those fun times? So yeah, that's the PC. If there's anything else you guys would change or add about it, let me know. If you build something similar to this for Prime Day, also let me know. And hey, again, if you're buying literally anything, I cannot state that enough. It can be literally anything. It can be PC parts, it can be dog food, it can be canned tomato soup. Someone actually bought it from Amazon links. Whatever it is, use our Amazon links. They'll be down in the video description below. You don't pay a single penny more. Well, we get some money, gets reinvested straight back into the channel. So, you know, think about it. That way, you're actually giving Amazon less of your money, right? Amazon gets less money, Bezos gets less money because their money goes to us instead. So you don't give him the money for another super yacht. It's a win-win-win-win-win. Someone's also saying, oh, actually, there's a lot of people talking now. I was going 7000X, but got the 5600 GT for now. Intel kind of, I'm not considering Intel. Intel, they do have fixes for the microcode issues now. Intel should be pretty safe. However, I wouldn't go Intel at all right now. The reason is because the brand new CPUs are just around the corner. And they'll be on a brand new motherboard, a brand new socket. So then just, if you want to go Intel, I wouldn't worry too much about the microcode as long as you patch it yourself. I wouldn't go Intel because if you just wait a couple more months, you can get a brand new CPU with, you know, a brand new architecture, brand new motherboard, or the prices of old CPUs and the old motherboards will go way down. So just do not buy Intel at all for a couple more months for those reasons. Someone's suggesting the Antec C8. Was that on sale? let me check. Antec C8. It's a nice case, but unfortunately it is not on sale as part of Prime Big Deal Day. So unfortunately it is against the rules. AMD's faster, yeah. Yeah. Depends on the depends on the circumstances, but yeah, AMD right now with the brand new CPUs, with also the brand new Ryzen 9000 X3D CPUs, most likely coming during CES. Those are gonna be really fun to check out. So yeah, if anyone has any other suggestions for this build or anything else, someone just said Ryzen 5 7600X or Ryzen 7 7700X. Well, obviously between the two, the 7700X is going to be faster. Depends on the pricing right now. Let's have a look, shall we? Let's have a look at the pricing. So the 7600X right now you can get for $205, while we're getting the 7700X for $244. You get 2 more cores and much faster performance. It really just depends. Do you have those $40 or so spare? If you do, go for it. If you don't need those extra 2 cores and a slightly faster clock speed, then don't go for it. Overclock your 7600X a bit and you'll be fine. It also depends on your resolution you play at. If you play at 1080p, then the difference between the two will be much bigger. If you play at 1440p or 4K, then the difference will become less and less until you get to 4K, and then it literally makes no difference. I remember I did an experiment a while back where I played 4K on a Ryzen and then also on an FX chip, an FX 8350, and the difference in performance in 4K was pretty much nothing. That's how much 4K just doesn't care about the CPU. I know not a lot of people play at 4K, but still, I'm covering all the bases here. And as someone that does play at 4K, I gotta say it's pretty sweet. Sorry, Ryzen 77 non-X. Let's see the price of that. I went on an entire tangent without. Okay, I'm gonna Google that, and it's gonna give me nothing of Ryzen 7700. There we go. Non-X. $288? Okay, yeah. I think they either forgot that they have this listed or forgot it's on sale. Do not go for that on Amazon. If you find it on a good price on something like Newegg, go for it. Again, we have Newegg links as well down in the video description below. But do not go for it on Amazon. I have no idea why it's $288 apart from they just forgot. It does make the 7700X a pretty good deal though, in comparison. 3070 for 4K on 32-inch monitor is good enough. 3070, yeah, I guess so. I played a 4K on a 1080 Ti for the longest time, and that was fine. 3070 should be fine. What monitor you picked up? Have you considered? We're not doing peripherals for these builds on these live streams. We never do peripherals. I definitely do want to do one day. I think that is going to be our live stream for Black Friday, which will be in November, whatever the day will be. It's probably going to be a Friday, but that's just a guess. So I think I want to do a full live stream then of PC plus mouse, keyboard, monitor, headphones, speakers, everything like that. I think that's going to be really fun. It's going to be much longer, but it is going to be cool. So definitely, subscribe so you don't miss that when we're going to do it on a Black Friday. Newegg was offering free RAM with some CPUs. How much did we pay for ours? $95. That is a pretty good deal. That saves you quite a bit there. Yeah, I want to do more stuff on Newegg. I definitely want to do more stuff on Newegg now that we do have Newegg affiliate links as well. It's just I just find it a bit more annoying to deal with for some reason. For Black Friday, I think we are going to do a double thing. We are going to build one PC on Amazon and one PC on Newegg. That live stream is going to be like 3 hours at this point if I just promise all of this stuff. It is actually going to be so long. But I think if we just have 2 builds like this at the end, one using only stuff on sale on Amazon, one with only stuff on sale on Newegg, I think that could also be a pretty cool competition between the two. Could also maybe bring someone else in to save time, make it a bit more interesting. Bring in like another techie to it, for example, and we could do a bit of a collab. I build on Amazon, they build on Newegg. We meet at the end, see who kind of the winner is. I think that sounds really fun now. I'm actually kind of hyped. Okay, so that is about it. If anyone has anything else left to say, leave a live chat, leave a super chat if you want to support the channel. Even a single dollar goes a long way, and that is about it. So I hope you enjoyed this video, or this live stream. I hope you enjoyed building this, well, not building, but specking out this build with me. Again, I'm really happy with how it turned out. I think it's fairly decently balanced. It's a pretty good PC for the price. There's some stuff I'll change, but again, the rules are the rules. We only go for things that are specifically on sale. That is what makes these streams unique and interesting and a bit of a challenge than just going and playing PC part picker, basically. That is what makes it, that makes all the difference. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this live stream. If you did, then remember to subscribe, like, whatever, and I see you all in